Hello guys, welcome to IB360. In this video we are going to solve one of the most important problem from the chapter of impulse. So if you haven't watched our videos on impulse, the theory concepts and few examples that we have solved, the links to that will be in the link floating above you. Do click that link, see that videos, then come to this video. Your concepts will be cleared. So with that said, let's get started. It's a very good problem, the problem that we are going to do today. So it says that there is a 600 kg car that is traveling from a steady speed, crashes into a rigid wall. Okay, so suppose this is our car and the mass of the car is given to be how much? 600 kg, right? So that means suppose the 600 kg mass is moving with a velocity, suppose it's moving with a velocity in this direction, suppose with a velocity v, right? And there is the wall over here, right? So we have discussed, so this is a type of collision only, right? So when it will collide, after some time what will happen, that the 600 kg this car will collide with the wall, right? So this is the wall, so that means this is the wall, right? So this is the wall, it will collide with the wall. So at the time of collision what will happen? At the time of collision, we have also discussed this before, the car will apply a force F in this direction, okay, at the time of the collision, and by Newton's third law of motion, the wall will also apply the same force F but in the opposite direction. So that means this wall will apply a force F, right? So on the car, right? But the wall is what? But the wall is immovable, right? So that means this force is not moving the wall, it's being absorbed by the wall, but this force is actually helping in the retarding of the car, right? So this force that is acting by the wall on the car is reducing the motion of the car, why? Because the force is acting in the opposite direction to the motion, right? So that means it will reduce the motion of the car. So that means it will make the car, so that means it will, suppose the initially the car was moving with the speed v, right? So that means it will reduce, the velocity of the car from v to 0. Why? Because it's actually reducing the motion of the car. Why? Because it's acting in the opposite direction to the motion of the car, right? So that means it will reduce the velocity of the car from v to 0, from speed v to 0, right? So that means it acts as a retarding force, right? So that means the force that was given by the wall on the car, it acts as a retarding force, right? So that means from the time it says that when the car hits the wall, the engine compartment is crashed, so that the main body of the car moves forward. The graph shows how the retarding force on the main body of the car varies with time. Okay, so that means in the question it says that when the car hits the wall, the engine compartment is crushed, right? So why the engine compartment is crushed? Proceeding towards that. So suppose this is a car, I have a car like in this manner. Modern cars are so designed that they try to absorb the energy on collision, right? So suppose this is the modern car and suppose this is the wall, okay? So what will happen is that when this will collide with the wall, when the car moving with a velocity v in this direction will collide with the wall, what will happen? The front of the car will, or that means the engine compartment of the car will get crushed. Why the engine compartment is getting crushed? It acts to absorb the energy produced due to collision, right? So that means on collision, what will happen? The engine compartment, it's getting crushed to absorb the energy of the collision, right? So if it absorbs the energy of the collision, the passengers don't get that much energy of the collision. That means the passengers remain safe, right? The passengers remain safe. The passengers remain safe, right? So that means the modern cars are so designed that the front of the car absorbs the collision. Okay, so suppose this was not a modern car. So suppose this was a car from the 1800s or the 1900s. So what will happen on collision? The entire structure will be used to absorb the energy, right? So that means what will happen? There will be more energy on the passengers, right? So that means they will have more medical injuries than the first one, right? So that means modern cars, they act to absorb the energy, right? So that means this state, so that means on collision what will happen? You know that it will not move again, right? So that means the retarding force F will reduce the velocity of the car from v to 0, right? And this force F acts for a particular amount of time, right? This force does not act forever, right? As long as the collision is there, this force acts. After the collision, suppose after the collision takes for delta t times, after the collision what happens? The force F does not work again, right? So that means an impulse is only provided by the wall. So the F, which is the retarding force, is actually an impulse which is produced by the wall, which is produced by the wall. Why is this an impulse? Because the force is not acting forever, it's acting only at the time of collision. Okay, so this being said, it's a lot of theory. So what is the question that is asked? What is the impulse required to stop the car, right? So the impulse required to stop the car will be the impulse which is produced by the retarding force, right? Because the retarding force only will reduce the velocity from v to 0 and reduce the motion of the car, right? And see over here they have given the graph of the retarding force. So that means if I just calculate the area of the graph, I'll find the impulse, right, from the previous video. So from the previous video we know that what is impulse? Impulse is F delta t. So delta t is the time that the force acts, right? So that means this was equal to, so this was equal to the area under the FT graph, the area under force time graphs, right? So that means if I just somehow find the area under this curve, I'll get the energy, right? If I just find the area under this curve. Okay, so what is the area under this curve? So this curve can be divided into two types. So first of all, from 0 to 0.05, see the force is actually increasing to this value, that is 12 into 10 to the power 4. And after that what happens? The force decreases to 0, right? So I can divide it into two areas, right? So this be area number 1. We have solved this types of question, right? And this will be your area number 2. This will be your area number 2. So if I just find the area, we'll get the impulse, right? So what will be the area from here? The area will be so that means, so see, the from the first 0 to 0.05, this will be the first base. So that means this will be 0.05. Second base is spanning from 0.05 to 1. So that means this will be also 0.05, right? And what is the height? My bad, it got rubbed. Okay. And what is the height? Height is 12 into 10 to the power 4, right? Because the force is given as force per 10 to the power 4, right? So which is equal to the 12. So that means the F max is how much? 12 into 10 to the power 4, right? Solve the see the graph clearly, you'll get it. Okay, so that means over here the height is actually how much? The height is actually 12 into 10 to the power 4, right? So this is 12 into 10 to the power 4. So that means if I just calculate the area, it will be half for the first one, right? First area plus the second area, A1 plus A2. For the first triangle, what is the base? 0.05. So half into base into height. 0.05. What is the height? 12 into 10 to the power 4. For the second area, what is the base? Again 0.05, right? So 0.05. And what is the force? 12 into 10 to the power 4, right? So that means if I just solve from here, we'll get that 0.05 into 12 into 10 to the power 4, right? So that means from here we'll get the area as the area will be how much? So over here if you just do this, so this will be 5 into 12 into how much? 10 squared, right? So that means this will be 60 into 10 squared. So that means this will be equal to 6000. So we calculated the area to be how much? 6000, right? So that means from here, if I just come down over here, so we got the area under the ft graph as 6000. And what is the unit of impulse? Which is basically impulse, right? Unit of impulse is kg meter per second, right? And in which direction is the impulse acting? See, the impulse will be in the direction of the force, right? So retarding force is acting in this direction, so the impulse will be also acting in this direction, right? So that means I can say that this will act towards the west. So I hope you got the question. Okay, now proceeding on to the next example, proceeding on to the same example, but the next part of the question, it says that how much does the car momentum change during the impact? So we got the impulse, right? Impulse is, you know, that change in momentum, right? So the impulse acting on the car will reduce the motion of the car, right? So that means